Hey there. I'm going to do a guitaristic explanation about a harmonic concept that's very important. And that harmonic concept is the related to chord. Okay, so all of you will probably know what a 2-5-1 progression is, right? D minor, G7, 5, and 1. In this case, C major 7. Okay, so 2, 5, 1. But if we were to not have the progression written out for us, and this sort of leans toward a harmonic understanding of what it is to solo a little bit, right? And of course, you can take this to even writing chord progressions, songs, and whatever the case is. Let's just move down to the first position. Let's be let's go to G, and then to the D7, the 5 chord, and back to G, the 1. Right now, you've seen that progression over and over again. It's not hugely interesting, but it sure works, right? So it's like the tonic chord to the 5, back to the tonic chord. The question is, what is the related to chord in that progression being just the 1 to the 5? But if I needed to find the related to chord to make that chord progression not just a 5-1 progression, but to make it a 2-5-1 progression, to add more movement, how would I think, like in terms of getting the right chord in that key to make it a 2-5-1 progression? So try this question. What's the related 2 chord to D7? What is the related 2 chord to D7? The related 2 chord would be found in the key of G, because D7 is the 5 chord in the key of G, and the 2 chord in the key of G, G, A minor. So the related 2 chord to a D7 chord is A minor, because the D7 chord is the 5 chord that wants to go back to the 1. So instead of just playing D7 to the 1 chord, I can now add these are very diatonic or 3-note sounding chords, with the exception of the D7. But let's move up the fretboard and do the same thing in movable chords. So I've got a chord progression that goes G. I'm just playing a G6 to G7, back to G6 to D7. Why don't I put the related 2 chord in front of that D7, okay? So the related 2 chord, I'm obviously in the key of G, G, A. There's my related 2 chord. Exactly, right? Okay, let's take it one step further. Let's move to another key. My key is going to be C major, and the 5 chord in C major, C, D, E, F, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, G7 returning to C major. So the 5 chord, this is the 5 chord of the dominant 7th, it returns to its 1 chord or the tonic. We find the 2 chord, the related 2 chord to G7, by moving up 1 tone to the 2 chord from the tonic, C major, D minor. That adds more interest and more movement to a simple progression like, right? Just now we have right 2, 5, and 1. The same thing is going to hold true with what is the related 5 chord to this 2 chord, right? And you can take that logic further. But what I really wanted to get to was, what is a related 2 chord? You should be able to find the related 2 chord in every single key. It's a good exercise. And so first of all, establish your tonal center. Once you've established your tonal center or the key, then find your 2 chord by moving 1 tone above the tonic. Hey, it's important to us for you to like and subscribe, and comment is just as important. I need to know that I'm of value here somehow, right? That you're learning something. And also it would help if you even suggested directions. And so please do. The reason I'm doing this is certainly not for the big bucks. It's because I do love playing this instrument and I love to teach, and I need your feedback.